Hi, I'm going to talk to you about what's involved in doing GCSE music. So there are 3 different units in GCSE. The first one is performance. It's worth 30% of the course. As you can hear, Ned is providing an example of the sort of thing you might play if you decided to do performance GCSE. What's involved with that is 2 performances. One is a solo, so you would play a piece by yourself. One is an ensemble piece, so that's when you would put together a piece of music as a group. Both recordings are examined internally, so I would mark them and they get sent off to the exam board for moderation. The length of time that you need to perform for is around about 4 minutes in total, and the average standard is about grade 3, so that means you need to be playing it around about grade 3 level, not that you have actually taken grade 3. And you can play any instruments at all. You can be a singer, you can be a drummer, anything at all, as long as you can provide the actual paper music for the examiner to compare what you've actually played against that. So that's the performance element of the course. Another 30% of the course is composition. So as you can see, we have Maisie here, who's currently working on a piece of music. You can see she's using a piece of software called Sibelius. This is what we use at GCSE, so it's a notation package. So it means that you should be able to read music, even at a basic level. When you get to GCSE. If you've got very kind of basic level of music reading ability, we can work on that, but it's good if you at least know approximately how it works. For composition as well, it's another 2 compositions. One is to a brief, so that means the exam board sends through a list of things that you could compose. So say, for example, giving you some text and asking you to set it to music, so something like a poem and then setting that to a piece of music, or giving you a starting point that you then use to create a piece of music from. And the other one is a free composition, which means that you have free reign over what you do with that, so it could be absolutely anything really. Again, it's around about 3 minutes worth of music that's submitted, and that's marked internally and then sent off to be moderated as well. So the last element of the course, so the 40% of the course, is the listening paper. So for that, for the new specification, there are 8 set pieces of music that are examined. So most of your lessons at GCSE will actually be about building up your knowledge of those 8 set pieces. So the pieces really are very, very wide ranging. So they go from classical music, so say for example Baroque music by Bach. There's some vocal music in there as well by people like Purcell, and there's also some slightly more modern pieces in there as well, so things like Star Wars, a song from Wicked, and you've also got some world music, so there's a piece of African drumming and also a piece of Latin American music in there. So your actual GCSE music lessons mostly will be spent studying those pieces of music, picking them apart, finding out what happens within them, to then get ready to do the listening test, where your knowledge of those pieces will be tested, as well as they will play you some pieces of music you've never heard before, just to see what your ear is like for picking out different features. So they might ask you about the different melodies, the different harmonies, what chords being played, things like that. That's worth 40%, and that's examined at the end of year 11 in the same way that your other GCSEs would be. All of the other coursework is also submitted around about Easter in year 11, so it's 60% coursework, 40% listening and appraising exam, but the majority of your lessons will be spent looking at the more theoretical side of things. If you have any questions, please come and see me.